Okay, so the first question I wanted to ask is when you first found us, or I should say before you found us, what was the problem with your kitchen that you were trying to solve? What did you hate about your kitchen?
Okay, so our kitchen was very dark before. It's in the middle of our place. There's no actual light. The idea was to lighten it up. So I first contacted you guys just to paint it white. It was just dated, but there was nothing wrong with the cabinets. Like they're the shaker style, so they're pretty classic. It was just dated.
So how did you actually come upon cabinet refinishing? Because it's not something that necessarily everyone knows about. Some people think it's a cheap lipstick, Band-Aid solution. So how did you figure out that this was an option?
So I actually had a friend who have had their kitchen cabinets painted by a painter, not by a cabinet refinishing company. Theirs are fine, but it looks like they've been done by a painter. So I knew there was an option, and you could paint changes a lot of things, but I wanted it done properly. I have 2 young kids. The kitchen's the center of our house.
Yep.
I wanted it done properly. So Instagram, bunch of searches, read your blog, not just you guys, some other companies as well. My cabinets were fine. They're functionally fine. Nothing was going to change, just the color. So that's how we came on finishing rather than replacing the cabinet.
Okay, so when you decided you had to do something about your kitchen, you know, you obviously went through a process. There's a lot of options out there. So how did you come to find us?
I found you on Instagram. So I spent a lot of time looking at kitchen I love, putting it in, like trying to find someone local that could do it. That wasn't going to be really expensive, but quality work. Loved your stuff, so started following you guys, and yeah, went from there.
What was the deciding factor for you when because you said you were looking at other companies, what was the deciding factor that made you go with us ultimately?
Your response rate. I think initially when I first contacted you, you have an online booking thing or an online schedule thing.
Yep.
Within, maybe even that day, I think you might have called me. So it was like the response rate. Some people didn't even get back to me.
Okay, so last year, we did a $10,000 giveaway for somebody to use towards their kitchen renovation, and you won it.
I did.
So tell us a little bit about the experience, entering the contest, and what the impact was on you when you found out you won.
Okay. I'm gonna get emotional.
No problem.
So I had followed you guys for like 2 years, I think, and then had actually contacted, we'd had a meeting about doing a kitchen refinish. And then right when I was about to sign it, I got some health news. That was not great. God. So we had to put it on hold for a year. I had to just keep all my finances where they were. You guys were fantastic. Hadn't even really signed a contract or anything. I only met you the one time. Yeah. And then you guys sent me flowers, which you did not need to do, which was amazing. And I was like, right, these are real, good, nice people that I want in my house doing work for me. That was really important. So cut forward, I don't know, 4 or 5 months into my treatment, I was on Instagram, as I spent a lot of time, and saw the competition. I was like, I'm going to win that. I'm going to win that. I'm going to win that. I'm going to win that competition. So then cut forward to, was it November last year?
Yep.
And I remember I was driving to daycare pickup, and Natty called, and we were just chatting. It's like, do you remember the competition? I'm like, yep, I'm going to win it. She's like, you did win it. And then I cried. And then I had to, when I stopped the car, I actually had to message to be like, did that actually really happen? Did I really win it, or did I imagine that I won it? And she's like, no, you did. So when it came down to when were we going to do it, I have 2 young kids. So and our kitchen is in the middle of our house, and we have a cat as well. And I was like, I don't want to be here when it happens. And we had a trip planned overseas, so we were gone for 3 weeks, I think. The week before we left, you guys came in and took things away and this stuff. I didn't have to empty my cupboards, which was amazing, because the last thing I wanted to do was come back from the trip, unpack my bags and put my kitchen back.
Yep.
It was everything was there. So we weren't even here. I wasn't even here when it happened, so I would say the experience was amazing. However, saying that, we were out of the country, and I was always in touch with the foreman, like always. Like if there was any, he was always messaging me to be, this is what we're doing, this is where we're at. Like, so I never felt like what is going on there. Yeah, it was a great experience.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the actual process of the renovation, because there's a lot that happens, and you were out of the country, so.
Yep, yeah.
Tell me.
So, prior to everything, I was able to go and choose my countertops, choose my sink, choose all my fixtures, the colors. You guys sent me a giant box of swatches. And I had all the whites up, there was a lot of them, and ultimately settled on the ones which I'm super happy with. So I got to choose everything. I did have some input, and initially when I very first met you, John, in my head, we were gonna go black, and then you were like, have you thought of gold? And I love gold, and I'm so happy that we went for gold, so that was you. Things I didn't know we could do, which I thought was going to cost a lot of money, was like extending this.
Yep.
Because this was short before, and it didn't cost extra. I was super happy when we got back that what our initial agreement on cost, that's exactly what we paid. There was no more, there was no hidden extra bits. Yeah, I'd say it was a pretty painless experience. And I wasn't here. So I wasn't here.
Extra painless.
I was completely trusted you guys being into my house. My cat was still here, he's still here. Yeah, it was good. I have and I would recommend to you guys.
Awesome.